Inside, I'm cringing like a teenage girl whose dad is trying to be hip with a crowd.
I'm afraid there is no time to build a proper cover. Besides, I already have a hidden agent among the masquerade.
They don't want a scalpel. They want a battering ram. Look, don't get me wrong. I really appreciate the ride over here, and you're a great pilot. I mean, miles better than me. That's for damn sure. But all I'm saying is, just consider bringing your price down a little bit. I mean, $5,000 for a round trip. That's a hard swallow for just about anybody in these times. So, all you're really doing is pushing people to getting their own rickety private transport, and that'll hurt your business model. That's all I'm saying, right? Food for thought. But I hope you're here when I get back, because I'm going to need a ride home. Outrageous. Where does she get off charging that amount of money just to puddle hop somebody from Haga Base in Arakeen? You'd swear this is the end of the rainbow. Oh. Wow. So this is Arakeen, huh? That is impressive, I have to admit. Those angular vaulted arches seem a fitting home for the seat of vaunted justice. A bar. 2 massive doors and 1 single bouncer. I guess the trouble you find here is going to be of a more refined quality. But not so refined that they don't let donkeys in. Hey there, little buddy. I hope your owner's better than the last person I saw that owned a donkey. Well, at least you got a lot more room to play in than that one did. I was in a tiny little stable in a tiny little trading post. But you, look at all this room. You could have a whole bunch of donkey friends around here and not even know about him. Excuse me. Especially if they're hiding them up the top of these Gormkash stairs. Come on, people, we have the technology. Invest a couple of bucks into an elevator, is it gonna kill you? It's so open. Almost like the people that run this place have nothing to hide. If only I wasn't here to talk to the spymaster about permission to commit some secret skullduggery on behalf of his protege. I could almost believe it. Speaking of which, where am I even gonna find the top skulldugger? Skullduggerer? Well, I guess I can't go wrong if I follow the strings I keep tripping over all the way to the fingers that pull them. Which then in turn lead to... Oh, wow. Wow. Okay, I am officially intimidated. That is definitely the kind of place that can no longer bear the moniker house and must be upgraded to residence. Look, I can park many planes in my courtyard. And I have trees? Okay. Well, that causes a little bit of cognitive dissonance. Let's go see what's going on over there. Oh, I see. We're, dropping water on dead trees in front of people dying of thirst. Hey, Jiminy, I think he missed a spot. Never mind. Stay classy. Well, I bet that can be explained and justified in just about 100 different ways. But for all those folks standing over there watching good water getting splashed into bad dirt, I don't think any explanation is going to make a lick of difference. Oh, yeah, and here we go, back to the salt in my wound. 5,000 Solari. Outrageous. I think I definitely need to get me one of these. There's got to be a machine shop here. Maybe I can pick up a few parts on my way out, get back home to Haga, and put together my very own Atreides Benz. That'll definitely save me a bunch of money in the long run. And besides, the cab can smell the way I want it to smell. And voila. You want the man with a big brain? Look for the one with no hair. Thufir Hawat. My name's Biron.
I expected you. Sorry. Occupational hazard.
Oh dear. That's gonna be one of those conversations. I suppose Andrea did give me clues.
Andrea speaks very highly of you. If that was all I knew of you, it would be enough. I know a great deal more.
Yeah, I'm sure someone is really proud. Knowing more about me than I do is not exactly a high bar to clear.
Your file grows daily. I'm quite pleased with the investigation into Skorda and the tainted spice. I look forward to the results of the analysis.
Yeah. Goals are important. Listen, so your Throatripper 9000 has asked me to float an idea by you. She's been running all the cores, and her conclusion is that this is all Ambrose Lucifera's fault. So obviously, she wants to assassinate him. Or at least wants to send somebody that isn't allergic to work to assassinate him.
She thinks he's responsible? Permission denied. The evidence is circumstantial, and he provides financial support. Assassination would be hasty.
Well, that's what I said. Well, I had different reasons than you do, obviously, but in a nutshell, assassinate equals hasty. I suppose you know what she's like.
Andrea is my most promising protege. She may seem to have a machine mind, but she's as human as you and I. She does not show it, but she takes the tainted spice deaths personally. She sees it as a personal failure to compute the truth rapidly enough.
Oh, you're fast and loose with that you and I thing. And Andrea, well, she just gazes in a direction and bodies magically appear. She waved me around like a magic wand, that's for sure. Nah, I've met a handful of humans since I've been on Arrakis, and I assure you, not you, her, or I currently fit the requirements. Anyway, I'll take your answer to her. Well, at least that was short, to the point, and went entirely as I expected it to. I wouldn't put money on how Andrea's gonna robot her way through the news, but to be honest, I'm just getting tired of physically stopping myself from rolling my eyes at her. Anyway, I suppose I have time to do some shopping. Oh yeah. And to go see the tax man. Blech.
The balance of probability suggested I would see you soon.
So, I just came back from Arakeen. Lovely city. Pity about the war scars on the Art Deco, though. Still, did some shopping, I paid my taxes, I threw up directly afterward, and then I had a lovely conversation with Thufir Hawat.
Good. I have the test results of the tainted spice. It will take time to interpret the data, but we will have a better understanding of this poison. What did Thufir say regarding my request to eliminate Ambrose Lucifera?
Well, not to put too fine a point on it, but he said no.
What? No. No, his is a brilliant mind. Surely he understands the logic, the calculation, the need. Lucifera is a corruption, a cancer. The only kindness is to cut him out. The only solution to the equation is terminal. Why doesn't he compute that?
Whoa. Settle down there, R2-Destroy. Looks like you're starting to operate from a place of high emotion.
And what if that's true? I have a mind of meat and electricity like anyone else. I I just have to think, to collate. Thufir is rarely wrong, but he is wrong now. We must act before it is too late. We will take the initiative, and I will take full responsibility.
One could be forgiven to wonder where this fiery fervor was when Katrina was turning from a solid into a liquid. What does this Lucifera mean that a crew of good soldiers didn't?
On the surface, Ambrose Lucifera appears to be a wealthy, if inconsequential, reveler. But he's had a hand in many hidden deals related to the war. He has covert ties to the Harkonnen. He is involved with the tainted spice. I know he is. People I know have died because we failed to act quickly. I cannot allow this to continue. We must strike before Ambrose is beyond our grasp. Hesitation is not an option.
You are hearing yourself, right? Mentat? And none of what's falling out of your mouth now is causing a critical logic error in that trained brain of yours? Really?
I've taken the liberty of lacing this expensive bottle of wine with some of the tainted spice. It will be undetectable to poison snoopers.
So you're fixated, lockjawed onto this noble lush to such an extent that you're losing your poise? Fine. I guess there's no talking to you until we tickle this fancy. What's your plan?
Ambrose is a known Epicurean and experience seeker. Convince him that this bottle of wine is a singular and exclusive experience. I'm too well known in Arakeen, but you can make sure Ambrose drinks this. Take the bottle, say no more. I know you'll do the right thing.
Wow! It keeps getting better. The very contagion that you were too busy avoiding for the sake of its unknown vectors, you're just casually handling now. And feeding it to this Lucifera fellow, which then likely goes on to infect others that come into contact with him. Oh, this is a great plan. And I am so glad that I can be the one to deliver this potential epidemic for you. I hope you're watching closely. I wouldn't want you to miss any of that data. You wouldn't believe it if you didn't see it play out in front of your own eyes. And then, still, it's a little on the fantastical side. You'd be tempted to boil down Angsty Andrea's part to, it's only important if it matters to me. But you'd be wrong. She was cold and methodical the entire way through this little saga. Didn't shake at the loss of the crew of the Kytheria. Didn't blink at Anton's desertion. Hell, not even a shiver at the swathes of bodies she sent me to cut through for drips of information. What I just saw there, well, that wasn't a tantrum. I don't think so. I think that's a grudge she's been holding in her gut for a good old while. And being refused by Hawat has made her suffer a logic break. A complete short circuit. She can't see it through the red mist of her grudge, but it does make you wonder. As well as mentats are trained and conditioned, as mechanical and dispassionate as their process is there maybe a part of our own humanity that can't be drowned in sappho juice? How much of that instinct from the meat and the bones of your being can you shove under the bed before it turns into the monster that has you stifling your screams in your pillow each night? Now there's a man that looks at a bottle with ill intent.
I can already tell we are going to be fast friends, unless we already are, in which case it's so good to see you. How long has it been?
Oh, longer than it needed be, but shorter than it could have been. Who can tell through the haze of debauchery? Speaking of which, I have a rare and coveted indulgence right here in this bottle. It's a gift to you from, are you ready? A secret admirer.
Well, far be it from me to look a mysterious wine bearer in the mouth, but perhaps you ought to tell me who your patron is before I accept.
Maybe yes, maybe not. Maybe my patron feels it'll spoil the romance by revealing the mystery.
That does sound romantic. When do I get to meet her? Or him?
When you're in the warm embrace of this desperately rare Caledonian wine. I'm taking a massive risk just carrying this treasure. Everyone and anyone would slit my throat for just a taste of what I'm bringing straight and only to you.
Caledonian wine, a rare experience. By Jove, I like you. I'm going to a party later, and sharing this will make me the belle of the ball. Do you drink while on duty? Don't answer. Let me tempt you not. I'll shield you from this devil's ambrosia. Just a selfless soul, drinking for two.
Oh, no. That just won't do. You can't share even a drop of this sweet nectar. Each sip not being enjoyed by you and you alone will be like a dagger in my patron's heart.
I'm afraid something of this vintage simply must be shared. It's just my indelibly magnanimous nature.
Fine. Don't take the wine. I can't let you share this with anyone else.
Beg your pardon?
Well, the thing is, the wine's poisoned.
You really are bizarre, and such awkward, weirdly timed, and self-destructive honesty. You serve the Duke, don't you? Don't answer. Act casual. Clearly the signal in this chain of command has gotten twisted. Go talk to Thufir. He'll sort this out for you. I can't say any more here. I'd appreciate no further murder attempts. I want to like you, but I have this puerile habit of loathing people who try to kill me. It's a quirk of mine.
Well, this is awkward. Trying to kill you with a bottle of wine almost made me die of embarrassment. I know, it's hard to tell from my stony demeanor, but trust me, inside, I'm cringing like a teenage girl whose dad is trying to be hip with a crowd. I'll probably see you later. Much, much later. This is painful, but I suppose it's best to just get to the point.
I expected you. Sorry. Occupational hazard.
Yeah, you're well informed, but I bet you won't be expecting that I'm here to tattle on Andrea. And myself, kinda. Anyway, when I told her you denied her request to kill Ambrose Lucifera, she kinda flipped. So, one short but intense tirade later, she told me to poison him anyway. And I agreed. Begrudgingly, but I went to him anyway. But seeing as he was really set on sharing the wine with his friends, I just couldn't go through with it. Especially knowing that she used the tainted spice to doctor the wine. So, yeah, snitches get stitches, but I'm not letting that stuff loose all over Arakeen.
I hadn't expected her to move so fast. Know that you did the right thing and showed excellent judgment.
Well, excellent judgment sounds better than crisis of conscience. Maybe if I keep this up, one day I could be a real boy. So what's Andrea gonna do now that she's not pulling my strings anymore?
Andrea turned herself in, claimed complete responsibility for everything. Loyalty still means something to her, and a willingness to face consequences. Her actions took me aback. Ambrose, you see, was my double agent, feeding misinformation to the Harkonnen.
Maybe try to turn her off and back on again? I have a feeling that works with most computer problems.
There will be a disciplinary action. Then I will place her on other cases far from Skorda. She faced her misconduct with honor. Our work isn't done.
The way you say our work makes me feel like you really mean my work.
Now you work for me directly. You have Andrea to thank for that. She made the case to keep you on. She made it very well. A process cannot be understood by stopping it. Understanding must move with the flow of the process, must join it and flow with it. I can only teach you what comes next by throwing you into the flow directly. Perhaps, in the process, we can save my Duke and his house.
All right, Stromboli. What's the next move in tracking down the sinister cinnamon?
Understanding the origin of the tainted spice is vital. Taking in all of the data, I detect Imperial influence, though I do not know from whom. We must trace the links in the chain back to Skorda. It is from him we will get clearer answers. The man recently appeared in Erekine.
And disappeared just as fast, I'd bet. Any leads?
I've calculated his most likely contact, a naive Atreides trooper named Rafe Arslau. He's stationed in Erekine. Find him. Find out what he knows.
Well, it doesn't take a genius to figure out where to find a trooper in a city with only one bar. I'll get right on it.
We know he's had past dealings with Skorda. Further details are in the contract.
Well, if this guy's as naive as Geppetto's making him out to be, then getting the information out of him shouldn't be too hard. Still, kinda hope he's drunk. Really drunk.
Hi, is there something you need?
You're Rafe? Rafe Oslo? Listen, I need your help. I'm in a bind, and I need to know where to find Captain Skorda. I've heard you were the last one to see him around here.
You are you? Well, who's asking?
I'm on his crew, but he's been in the wind for a while now, and none of us have a clue on how to reach him. Rafe, there's mercs after us.
Yeah, I heard he got jumped by mercenaries when he tried to go off-world.
He did? Did they get him? No, they couldn't have. That Bastich is more slippery than an eel in a bucket of KY. Do you know where he ghosted off to?
Happy to help. Skorda's a hero of mine. I owe everything I am today to him.
Yeah, he's a bit mother hen like that. I don't like to admit it, but he pulled me out of a slave train. Where'd he find you?
I was just a street dog on Caladan. I messed up. I was on my way to a prison planet. But Skorda, see, he was in the constabulary. He saw something in me. Skorda covered it up for me. Got me set up as a recruit in the Atreides House forces. And here I am now. Right. Last I saw, Skorda was talking to one of them weirdo cult recruiters in town. I gotta see one of them.
A cult? Oh, that's genius. No one will look for Skorda among a bunch of crazies. Just hope he didn't drink the Kool-Aid for real. Thanks, man. I owe you one. Thufir. I must be really charismatic, or Rafe was just drunk. Probably just drunk. But he did tell me last he saw Skorda, he was talking to some cult recruiter in town.
Well done. The cult in question is the Masquerade. Strange cult. Even stranger rituals. But why would Skorda be talking to them?
Well, I think he's trying to hide. He was jumped by mercenaries trying to get off-world, so probably got himself dug in with the loons. If it's the mossy carrots, I hear there's a whole bunch of them and they all have guns. I'm not sure if they're gonna tell me much if I just go knocking.
Speak with one of their cult recruiters. See how far you can get by playing an eager new recruit.
Okay, I'll give it a swing. But if they want me to dress up in sheets and chant in the moonlight, I'm out. Oh, and the first one to use the word infidel is getting stabbed in the neck.
Their practices may seem strange and even nonsensical, but don't fall into the trap of underestimating them. It's a bad habit.
Shai-Hulud blesses me with your presence again.
Sister, your presence is a bomb. My feet are weary, but my soul is parched. I walk the sands, hearing a song without a voice, a rhythm without a drum. I am a man hollowed out by the wind, searching for a sound to fill the silence.
And the coils of providence bring you to us. I am a naib of the Masquerade. I am a teacher. I am a recruiter. We follow the holy tremis of Shai Hulud as interpreted by our Sayadina Nala. We honor the tyrant worm by spilling our water.
Forgive my ignorance, sister, for my heart is open, but my mind is a knot. The desert children I've met, they hoard every drop as a prayer. Your path seems a beautiful and dangerous paradox. How can one honor the giver by discarding the gift?
I understand your confusion. To the blind, sight must seem like insanity. But this is blindness that can be cured. In the meantime, can I be of help?
Oh, I am drowning in this blindness. The message is a whisper on the wind, and I cannot grasp it. A friend, a brother, Tighe Skorda. He told me your song was the true one, but my pride, it was a fortress. And now that fortress is sand, and I am ready to listen.
Oh yes, a promising convert. Come to our learning center in the Udum. You will find your friend, and perhaps enlightenment.
Thank you. Thank you, sister. Praise the Maker. Also, if you could just mark on my map where the learning center is, yeah, that'd be great. Oh, I'm starting to get the hang of this undercover thing. The mossy carrot practically oozed with helpfulness.
An impressive performance and a tidy report. I appreciate that. So many field agents are sloppy with their documentation.
How are we talking about documentation when there's a budding thespian waiting for a new role to play? We should make haste. I should go to the Udum and infiltrate the cult. I can gain their trust. Maybe
I'm
even...
afraid there is no time to build a proper cover. Besides, I already have a hidden agent among the Masquerade.
Oh. Well, that's... yeah. So what do you want me to do then?
You'll do what you do best. Attack swiftly and directly, and obtain what information you can. It seems we're not the only ones after Skorda.
Right. Shooty shoot, stabby stab. Fine.
I received word that he tried to get off-world before talking to Oslo, but was attacked by 2 mercenaries. He made a daring escape.
Yeah, I know. I told you that. The word you received came from me, not even an hour ago. But go on. Do you know who the mercenaries were? Or are you going to wait for me to find out and then act as if you got the information from somewhere else?
Perhaps Harkonnen, perhaps someone else. Skorda may have joined the cult for strange purposes, but I wager he wanted protection from his attackers.
Oh, you're just brimming with insight today. I think I might have heard that theory somewhere before, but I can't quite put my finger on it.
Go to the learning center. Find Skorda or information leading to him. Take all due precaution. These are fanatics.
Yep, no problem. Oh, man. Just when I was starting to have a little fun. I was looking forward to the role too. Really could have made them take me in as one of their own. And then, watch out! The big reveal. The double agent all along. Dun dun dun! But not today. Not for old Biron. I get to watch the smartest minds tie themselves in little logical knots. I get to see them have a complete system meltdown and build fragile little houses of cards. And then try to solve it all by throwing a blunt instrument at it. I guess all I get to do is bash someone repeatedly until the information just falls out. That's what I get for trying to be clever. They don't want a scalpel. They want a battering ram. Fine. Whatever. I guess it's time to stop talking to puppeteers and go and find the Bastich that keeps setting fire to the Gorumkash stage. Next stop, a weirdo cult's clubhouse. Oh man. I hope their orientation package includes a section on how not to get sacrificed.